Thank you for tuning in to CWN. This is Conversations with Nadia. I'm your host today, Nadia Beverly. Thank you so much for tuning back in, guys. Before we get started, I just want to say I have been gone. I haven't been doing any videos in a couple of weeks, and I just want to apologize to you guys for that. Been going through my little own personal problems, but I'm back, and I'm back with full force. So I just want to go into a topic today that is a very sensitive topic for some people, and that's the spirit of forgiveness. The spirit of forgiveness is a very powerful thing. It's very strong. Some people have a hard time forgiving those who have hurt them or have done things to them that were just downright hurtful. Today we're going to just discuss some of those things, and I'm just going to give you a brief testimony from myself on how I dealt with certain hurts in my life and certain things that I went through growing up that caused me to have a spirit of unforgiveness towards certain people. Let me tell you this: forgiveness is not for the other person. Forgiveness is for you. It's for you to let go and let God. I'm not saying forget. I'm not saying don't remember it per se. But what I'm saying is when you really release that thing onto God and you really forgive that person for hurting you, it's so much of a weight lifted in your life. When you allow a person to keep that over you and you allow a person to keep that unforgiveness in your heart and you don't allow yourself to forgive that person, they have the power over you still. They keep your keys. You don't want anybody to have your keys. You don't want anybody to have that power over you. I know it's easier said than done, but I promise you guys, if I can do it, I know you can do it. Just a brief testimony. Even as a child, growing up, I was violated. I was abused. By someone in my family that I trusted. And, for camera purposes, I'm not going to mention anybody's name, but it was someone really close to me. And for a long time, I had hatred in my heart towards this person. I disliked this person. I let this stuff build and build and build in me to the point that I was having nightmares at night. I was dreaming this person in my sleep because I allowed it to consume me so much throughout the years growing up that it just consumed me. It even consumed me in my dreams. And so as I got older, I began to, just kind of ask God, Lord, I'm really tired of allowing this person to have my keys. I'm tired of allowing this person to have the power over me. And I really prayed and I asked God to release that thing over me. And I honestly got to a point where I can forgive him. And I did forgive him. If he was to walk in the room right now, there wouldn't be no fear. I wouldn't be scared or nothing of him. Because I honestly, truly allowed God to let that stuff go. And I'm telling you, it's just a lot. Even throughout the years, I've been hurt by boyfriends. I've been hurt by so-called friends. I've been hurt by church family. I've been hurt by a lot of people. And I allowed some of these things in my life as growing up to hinder me from getting to the next step, to getting to the next point in my life where I needed to be in God. Once I really released that stuff and let it go, you just don't understand how light you feel, how good you feel inside when you really forgive that person. Am I going to ever forget it? No. Does that stuff still kind of linger in my mind sometimes? Yeah, but I forgave, and I forgave sincerely. Let me tell you something, guys. You cannot get to heaven with the spirit of unforgiveness. You have to forgive and you have to move on and you have to let that stuff go. Things that people have done to you years ago, it's okay. God got everything under control. God never will put nothing on you that he feels like you cannot bear. Yes, I know it's easier said than done, and I know sometimes in the situation when it's happening, you're feeling like, God, really? But I promise you, he got everything ordered by your steps. Everything is ordered. Everything is in place the way God intended it for it to be. I'm telling you guys, it's so much of a weight. And let me tell you something, if Jesus can take stripes and take a beating for us and turn around and say, forgive them for they know not what they do, Lord, and we're nobody compared to Jesus. If he can do it, I know we can do it. He turned around and told the thief that this day you shall see heaven. This day. He had been a thief for years. Jesus forgave him and told him, "In this day, I forgive you. Your sins are forgiven, and in heaven you will lift up your eyes." If Jesus can take a beating, Jesus can take a stripes beat on him. If Jesus can take all of that criticism, the lies, the rumors that he spread it, they spread it up on Jesus. If he can do that, what's wrong with us? Jesus is almighty. He's everything. He's the beginning and the end, the Alpha Omega. If he can take that and say, you know what, Lord, forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do, after everything that he endured, why we can't? So on that note, I just want to let you know that it's okay. It's okay, and it's understandable. But I just want you to know that you need to let that stuff, some of that stuff go, in order to be productive, in order to be the person that God has called you to be. Whether it be a mother, a father, a sister, a brother, a husband, a wife, a boyfriend, an ex-boyfriend, whoever it is, whoever it was, whatever it was that hurt you, forgive. Because the forgiveness is not for them, it's for you. And I promise you, once you actually really sincerely forgive that person, and let me tell you something too. A lot of times forgiveness, you don't necessarily have to go to that person and say, I forgive you. You can go to God and say, God, you can call that person's name out of your prayer closet. Lord, I forgive such and such and such for hurting me. Lord, take this away from me. You fill this spirit of unforgiveness with love, with joy. And I promise you he would do it, but you got to be sincere about it. You got to want that thing for real, and you got to want to be free. Don't allow anybody to keep your keys anymore. Don't allow anybody to have the power over you, because let me tell you something about the spirit of unforgiveness. You could be sitting over there mad, don't want to forget them, don't want to let that go, and the other person over there sleeping good every night, not even worried about you, not worried about how they hurt you, not worried about when they hurt you. But you still harboring on that and you still dwelling on it while the other person is like, I don't really care. So even with that being said, that's even more of enough initiative to say, you know what, I forgive you and I'm going to move on because I'm going to be successful. I'm going to be what God has called me to be, and I'm going to be free of everything and anything in my life that has hurt me. So with that being said, I just want to encourage you guys. Please forgive me again for not being on in a couple of weeks. I promise you I will be back on track. I have a Facebook page. You can go to the Facebook page. Please leave comments. Please leave topics. There might be something that you want to talk about. Please leave that topic in the comment box for me. I also have a YouTube channel. It's called Conversations with Nadia. Please go on the YouTube channel. Subscribe to my page. I just want to thank you so much for all the comments, for everybody reaching out, who left me messages and said that you hadn't seen any videos in a while. What's going on? I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you for sharing the post. Thank you for putting it on social media websites. I appreciate everything that you guys have done. I thank you for watching. And until next time, thank you so much for tuning in to CWN Conversations with Nadia. With that note, I'll say bye and see you on next week. Be blessed.